This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Happy holidays. This is going to be our final show of this year. We'll be going on a 2-week vacation and we'll be returning the second Tuesday of January. But we all here right now. Jingle bells, salutations, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, happy, happy, happy. All right, tonight, let's get right to it. Tonight we got a good one. Now this is gonna be something that probably is going to divide the panel. It's gonna, basically divide it right down the aisle. The topic is, I often hear women say that all men ain't shit. That's right. Sugar,
honey, iced tea.
Sugar,
exactly.
Iced tea. Okay, that's the old saying. They ain't it. And some people might just say, all men ain't shh, or all men, as they write it up, S8 ***. But let's get right to it. Ladies, since this is coming from the ladies, let's see where your head is at regarding this. Kiana, what does that term mean, and what the origin of that is?
It's a lot of bad apples dragging y'all's species down. So, I mean, of course, there's good men, but there's a lot of men that make it hard to see the good in a lot of y'all.
Ooh, that's some honesty right there. That is honesty. Can you say that one more time? So just so everybody can really feel that and understand it.
But a lot of men make it hard to see the good in other men. They have a lot of trash behavior.
Okay. Well said, well said. Patsy, you want to jump in there? Tell us, why do you think men get that label? Why do women feel like a lot of men ain't shh?
Same thing like Kiana said. Them fools want to act foolish and give the good men, like the really, really good men, a bad name, and they underneath the umbrella of being labeled as men ain't crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and really, literally, that are good men out there, but it's so hard to find. You got to dig through the BS to really notice whether or not the man is, and really get to know the person as a man, to really dig out that and weed out the good ones from the bad. But you got a lot of men out there, over 50%, that ain't really about sugar.
Yeah,
Ain't really about it.
you guys can use the word. We all grown. This is this platform.
They say sit on TV, live TV now.
All right, Tanya, it's on you. Why do you think men get this bad rap? Where does this statement come from?
Well, I'm gonna agree with the other women on the panel, but I'm also gonna say hurt people hurt people.
Okay, that's a good one.
And with that being said, is that we get into these relationships with these guys that it comes from their environment or what they was raised around. Also, they could have been in a relationship with a woman that didn't appreciate them for who they were. They could have started off as a good man, but then they had a woman that dogged them out that caused them to put up a wall.
So you hear that, ladies? Sometimes it is the person that came before you that made that man behave the way he's currently behaving with you. Now, see, this is some insight and this is some truth that a lot of women don't speak about. But we're going to keep it going. Is there any other ladies on the panel before I go to the gentlemen and let them give their views? All right, we just got 3 ladies right now. All right, someone let me know when Gina comes back in so I can give her a chance to respond to this. Timmy, I'm gonna let you go at it first. So why do you think men get that bad rep? They stereotype us, give us that bad label, all men ain't shit.
Yeah. That's for me, I would say that's the women who keep on selecting the same type of dude. See, they don't want a dude that's do right by them. They rather have this thug fool out here ain't got nothing going on for, so he's stealing, he's pumping her up with a bunch of nonsense, like he's really in the streets, and he could definitely put fear into her when he tell her he's from the street. And then the most thing that ever you can do next after, if they test your fear tactics, the next thing is to slap them across the floor and whatnot. So, you know, I think some women listen to their friends who you know might have a dude like that, and it's okay that you like that type of dude, but then you try to finagle him or his friends who's just like his boys, and push them off on your friend, and then don't tell them nothing what he's really about and whatnot. So, it could be a double-edged sword.
I would say I don't think that type of person is your friend, because if they know they got a no good man and they don't think he's about anything, and they already know what type of company he keeps, meaning his friends, and they seen these dudes in action, so they know these guys ain't no good, and now they trying to pass them off on their friends and their female relatives. Yeah, that's not a good person, because they don't want nothing good for you. Gregory, how do you feel about that term, that statement, all men ain't shit?
It's crazy because back in the days, I guess being a shit was a good thing, right? You know that song, Sugar, Honey, Iced Tea, you know? So nowadays I think they're just trying to separate us. It's an agenda. It's all designed to be that way. You're not realizing the little details in there that they're doing to separate us. It's a hardcore feminist movement to make women believe that, and we're all being coached into believing that. Even you got one of my favorite quotes from a movie from Juice is when Tupac says, I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And when I get the feeling good, you ain't gonna be shit. You see what I'm saying? So they make it look good to feel that way. And that's what's going on, because it's a lot of selfishness going on, and people might have been hurt and they're wearing their hearts on their sleeve now, and now they feel like they're gonna treat the women like they ain't shit because they got treated like they wasn't shit. So Now everybody's just not being shit together.
Okay, well said, well said. All right. Everybody, welcome to the man. Welcome the man to the platform, formerly known as Robert. He will now be referred to from this point forward as Mr. Clearwater. Mr. Clearwater, thank you for joining us tonight. Can you give us your views on this topic?
Mr. Big
Yeah, I
B.
would like to thank you guys. Thank you very much, first of all. On a serious note, I'm going to tell you like this. My opinion would be women that say all men ain't shit as loving the shitty guy that they got at home. Yet they won't complain about that guy that ain't worth shit that they're in a relationship with. They're just loving the hell out of him. But they would notice your man not being shit. But keep in mind, their man has always been that in that category
Never
as
been
being
shit.
not worth shit. But they like that not worth shit individual, but they will talk about someone else's man that ain't worth shit. If that's how they feel about certain dudes because they done dealt with them or they have observed them doing it to one of their friends or just a stranger, that don't mean all men. I don't take on that title. So when they say all men ain't shit, I start um thinking it's just something personal what they have dealt with.
Okay. Someone let me know when Gina comes back again. Duchess, you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. What are some ain't shit factors? What's the criteria? What makes up an ain't shit man?
Got a couch? You gonna lay down for my list?
Yeah, we got time. I mean, see, let it be known this is therapy on the move. So go ahead and take it to us.
Kiana, all you gotta do is give us 5. You don't have to show
Gotta
out.
do it. Give us what?
All you gotta do is give us 5. You don't have to show out.
Uh, okay, I'll try not to. Um, a person who ain't shit, come on and drive. A person who ain't shit is a person who definitely is a person who has children and does not take care of them, doesn't believe that um that being a responsible adult is not pro trying to repopulate the earth without uh, monetary and physical presence. Those are both needed by children. So a person who's good for doing that is ain't shit. A person who says that they want to be in a monogamous relationship, but they wouldn't know monogamy if it tapped them on the shoulder and whispered in their ear. Um, that's a person who ain't shit.
Tell us how you really feel. You got some more?
I do.
All right, keep going. Let's get it from you while we can get it.
Person who ain't shit is a person who does deceitful things, knowing that like your intentions are no good. So if you have no good intentions for, let's say, a woman, but you view her as prey and backhanded shit, you ain't shit.
Abusive, verbal and physical, ain't shit.
So go on, Tanya. I'm gonna let you go ahead and jump in right there. You already gave us a few: abusive, physical, and verbal. So go on and add more to that.
Well, some of the things that Kiana said, that's on the list as well. And being what word is that?
Manipulated.
Being vindictive.
Okay, vindictive. Okay.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
So you have a problem with someone being revengeful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
it's personally out just to try to tear someone down, tear down the person's self-worth because they feel worthless.
Well, you already said the goddamn acronym hurt people.
Yeah,
So if that
that's it.
person's hurt, they out to
EmporiumPlus.org.
hurt.
But that doesn't give you the right to go around hurting people. You better get yourself fixed.
Get yourself
Yeah.
together.
Much needed
Yeah.
therapy. Yeah.
You need God, guidance.
Well, see, y'all sitting here dropping all these what's the name? So y'all know Tanya said something about hurt people in the beginning. Gregory said you need God. I said God is the plug. Robert, where can they purchase shirts with these slogans on it?
Let it snow, let it snow. EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find the latest fashions and all of our 6 brands. Support our sisters, Still a Man, S.A.M, Adopt a Parish Ladies First, Envy Forever, and Adopt a Parish. Don't be too cold. Spend your money. Feel beautiful and bold.
I like that one. All right, so
Also, there's half price off. Buy
okay.
one, get the other one half off.
Go on, big brother. You know
Triple
about the
T in
deal.
the building.
This is
Well,
it's a family thing. Everybody is in on it. This is beautiful. I like this type of cooperation and
yeah, well,
participation.
you know what? I feel beautiful no matter what I have on.
That's right.
Even if it ain't nothing that I got on.
Hey. What are we talking about here?
Right.
Well,
All right,
I had to put it there, you know.
okay, that's another show. We gonna get to, that one's on the calendar too. We gonna get to that one.
Your birthday suit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's another shirt in the store too. What I would suggest that you women that are dealing with these ain't shit men go and purchase for any. I think y'all need to put that on y'all's holiday shopping list for all the ain't shit men that are in your vicinity or that you know that someone in your family is dealing with. You might be sitting next to an ain't shit man. You might be lying next to an ain't shit man. You might be driving in the car, riding on the bus, or riding on the train, or sitting next to him on the plane. If that is the case, get that man one of our Still a Man Man Up shirts. Okay, that being said, Patsy,
I have one more ain't shit person.
go ahead. You got to name him by name?
No. No, I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to fight around the Christmas season. So
Okay.
I don't want to give nobody the presence of a black eye on the street. So another ain't shit type of man is a man who will see their woman struggle and is good and well with keeping their feet up while she struggles instead of getting down in the trenches and helping her out. I don't understand what that's about. I don't understand this new found thing where we like to sit back and file our, as men, we like to file our nails while we supposedly in a relationship with a woman who we claim to love, but see her struggling and don't offer no help. So that's another ain't shit man.
I think you just said it, my sister. I think that's what it is. They claim to love them, but what they love to see them struggle. Because see, if that woman is in the midst of a struggle, then she can't call them on what they're doing wrong. Because
I got an example. The kid spilled something in front of the living room TV, and the father asked the woman while she's cleaning up the mess, "Can you pass me the remote, honey, while you down there?"
yeah.
Yeah.
I think those type of people, that's like you need to do an extermination of
You
people.
definitely do.
Oh, yeah. And that's where you need to cut off something.
So hold on, Lorraine and Bobby. You want to give us your ancient criteria? What makes up an ancient man, as far as you're concerned, Patsy?
Well, I'm gonna follow suit with what's already being said by the women. With also add on someone that does not have good integrity, meaning if you can't keep your promises and your word about what you're gonna do and when you're gonna do it, that's part of an ancient man.
Mm,
Always borrow money from your girl or your wife or whatever
Mm.
she is to you,
mm,
and then don't pay her back when you say you're gonna pay her back. Ain't no shit, man.
mm.
You know, and then if you can't even say to her like, oh, well, here's some money. Gonna get her nails done every Friday. Well, here's $20 for your nails, or whatever it is for the price. If you, and I know, like with me, I get my feet done once a month, so that's a little bit more. That's almost $50 a month. So
But
if
there's a lot of women out there that are, you're saying that it for this individual, this is why he meets the criteria, because he's always taking and not giving. A lot of times
exactly,
Right.
these insignificant individual, these despicable individuals, I should say, they're taking more than what they're giving. $50 is what you're asking once a month. Some women are giving these no account nitwits $50 for lunch money, and they don't even give them that money back, let
yeah.
alone time.
Well, I've actually dealt with that shit, but I kind of like dove into that when we kind of give our examples later.
Okay.
But yeah, when you're always like trying to take from somebody instead of giving to that woman, and I don't see, seriously, I don't mind giving to you, but shit, like give me something back in some way or fashion. It's like, okay, you pamper me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Take me out to dinner, and you can't even afford to take me out to dinner or make me feel like I'm worthy to be
Okay.
taken out for dinner, or worthy to, oh, you gonna get your hair done? Okay, well, here's a couple of dollars, even if they don't give you the whole full price of what your hair is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a couple of dollars to go towards your hair. Go get yourself made up pretty. I want to see you when they come back. Like, send me a picture when they're done doing your hair and shit.
Let me ask you guys.
But make them feel like they're your queen. If
Let
you
me ask
can't do that, you ain't shit, man.
that's well put and well said. Like you said, make them feel like a queen. I mean, again, at this point, all of us we're adults, we're mature adults, so we want different things than what we wanted when we were younger. So again, I think that some young women feel like that's a part of, as someone might have said, a part of the culture. It's the nature of the beast to deal with men that behave as such. I beg to differ. I just think that's people.
Yeah. And my thing is, it's not that we want to get pampered every single day, or every time we go to the nail salon or to the hairdresser. Boy, at least show us some love. If it ain't giving us some money for the hairdresser or the nail salon, go pick me up some flowers. I don't care what flower, what type of flowers. It doesn't have to be a $50 set.
Or
Set of
tell her,
roses.
nah, baby, I got it tonight.
Some love other than thinking.
Exactly.
Some love,
Me personally, you could give me a bouquet, a $20 bouquet, and I'll be happy.
some love other than thinking that dicking you down is where it's at.
I knew that's where you was going with that. That's why to make sure you got that out. And that being said, let's talk about it. Now, y'all want to bring it up. So a lot of women say that men ain't shit because that's all they think about. All they think about is sex. They think
That's
that
bullshit.
the only thing they have to bring to the relationship is sex. And it don't even have to be good sex. As long as they're having sex with you That's all what is needed. That's the highest level of intimacy. And sometimes they abuse that because it's not like some people say this man is all for himself in that in the bedroom. There's no enjoyment for them. He just gets what he wants and she gets nothing in return.
He just do his business, as they say.
Is that a part of ain't shit criteria?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's part of it.
So you prefer to have stay clean instead of getting dirty for nothing?
Ooh, well, that's one way to look. Well, you know, sex is a dirty game. Keep telling y'all, ain't nothing clean about it. Not even the word. Kiana, you still with us?
Partially.
Okay, so you almost at your destination.
She's already here. Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
you guys.
What's going
What's that,
on?
Welcome
Who's
to
man?
that,
the Man
Stevie?
Show.
That's
Yeah.
Stevie, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Whoever that is, can you give
That's
us?
Stevie Lynn.
Okay,
That's
can you get? Thank you, Timmy, for shouting out. So Stevie, you want to give us your what you think a ain't shit man is? What makes the criteria? What makes him ain't shit?
well, I got the same man for 28 years, so I'm not on the ain't shit nigga train.
Okay,
That's right.
have you experienced ain't shit men within your lifetime?
Yeah, but I was a kid, so you know.
Okay, so tell us what did that ain't shit man look like when you was a kid?
No. Better yet, don't even ask her about her childhood. Ask her how she experienced when her friends telling her about it ain't shit.
You're asking her. You're asking her. Go ahead, Stevie, answer that.
I had a friend. The ain't shit niggas is the ones that beat you up, but no, like
Yeah, tell him, Stevie.
Oh,
That's right.
Mm.
Feel good?
Yeah.
what
Because
type what type of advice do you give to that woman that has an ain't shit man?
Yeah.
get the fuck out of Dodge.
Stevie, you want to answer that?
he just did for me. Get out of there.
Okay, get out of there. All right, so
That's right.
would you basically I say cheerlead or encourage one of your female friends to deal with a guy when you know he's no good because you've seen his encounters with other women?
I don't cheerlead. I don't really have any friends, but no, I'm not cheerleading nobody. Like no, I don't. No, I don't. All I have is my sisters and my 2 daughters. I don't have no friends no more.
That's what they
Those
say.
are
When you got siblings,
Those are all
you
the
don't
friends
need
you
friends.
need.
You don't require friends. Siblings is all the friends you need. That's what they say.
yeah, I don't really have any friends. They came and went.
They wasn't real friends. They
No,
wasn't no
what
Exactly.
God did is He removed them from your realm so you can get your blessings.
So
All
you
right,
can
so
blossom.
before, ladies, how much more of your time can you give us before you have to go in?
We're
Y'all
pulling
going
off,
They
so
at the door.
we can still listen, but I don't know about chiming in.
in?
Right.
Well, that's good enough, and
All
y'all
right,
enjoy
so
your evening.
all right, you guys, if you feel the need to get back into the conversation, just jump in anytime. All right, let's go on to Gregory. Let's get some video footage. Let's get some support. Let's hit him with the first video. You pick the one you want to show, G. Zoom meeting. Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Men ain't shit. And when I ask women why, oh, men lie, men cheat.
Why they always got to be? Why do they
Hold on,
always
hold
got
on,
to
A lot
be
of
Timmy.
them are just
acting
lazy
down?
these days. What makes that any different from women? Let's break it down. Women cheat. Just go to TikTok because we are now in the age where women can openly admit that they're cheating because now it's more socially acceptable to be a hoe and a bad bitch. You're seeing it. All studies have now shown that women are actually cheating more than men. Number 2, men lie. Women are some of the biggest liars since the beginning of time. It's just that they're better at it. Women have to lie to cover up their bad behavior. Number 3, men are lazy. Seriously? Think about the amount of women who are looking for a rich man just so that they don't don't have to work. Please tell me how that's any different from a man who's lazy. Same shit. So ladies, stop being the victim. Stop dating the bad men, and we men will stop dating the bad women. Problem solved. Subscribe. Let's have a conversation.
All right, ladies, let's get right to that. How you feel about that video? Was there any truth to that? I mean, let's go to Patsy first. Patsy, how you feel about what that man had to say?
Yeah, like women could be as big cheaters as men can, right? And yeah, we can be a little more sneakier than men do, but we know how to hide the shit better. But at the same time, when we feel like we found that right person, we ain't gonna do that. Or we feel like that this man is pretty much the right person, but he doing dirt, talking shit to you, and trying to belittle you quite a bit in off and on. Nah, it's like, like stop trying to make me feel some kind of way like I'm in the wrong when I ain't doing shit to doing stuff, because when he started trying to say like I'm doing shit, it's really he flipping the script on me because he's doing dirt.
So he trying to manipulate you.
Exactly.
Trying to transference, trying to put it back on you.
Yeah, so it's like, that's another form of an ain't shit man, because you transferring the shit on me when I ain't doing shit. I go out, I do my thing, I try to make sure shit's in the house, my bills are paid and everything, and you ain't contributing but a couple of dollars.
I think they call that gaslight. Gaslight.
Yeah, that definitely is a no good individual. So Patsy, while I got you, let me ask you this: how you feel about where he said that so let me say this to you all as a whole. So what he's saying basically is most women say these are the top three signs of a no good man: lack of loyalty, lying, and lazy. So do you agree with that? Well, you obviously do, because you just said.
For the most part, yeah, like some of them badass men that don't want to do shit for shit. Okay, yeah, those are really qualities that goes for an ain't shit man. But it doesn't mean that every man has those qualities where they ain't gonna do shit, where they ain't taking care of the kids, and lying about shit, and I know they're a good man, but they're like so far in between. The bad men, the ain't shit men.
Bad boy. The bad
Yeah,
boy.
like it's like you gotta dig through the pile of trash to find a good man at somewhere in the middle, if not at the bottom. It's like, what the fuck,
See, I noticed you said you got to dig through the trash, so that implies that some woman somewhere threw that good man out. I'll put him out for the trash because she didn't deem him good enough for her. So now you have to dig through the filth to get to that man and dust him off and restore him to his beautiful state, so to speak.
Yeah.
He already been picked up by the damn friend. The friend saw him. The friend
not to
saw
cut Tanya.
her getting thrown out. She picked him up right away and dust him off.
I know you were going to Tanya next, but not to cut her off. I wanted to say this before what Passy just said. That's the problem right there. When women go through the trash looking for a good man, you ain't gonna find nothing but good trash. You don't need trash. You gotta look in other places to find you something pure, something new, something untampered with, something that no one damaged. And build from there.
Because manifestation is a real thing. And I was going to say, you shouldn't go into it thinking I'm looking through trash anyways. Because now you're just putting yourself in that position.
I'm not saying that like I'm looking for a trashy man, right? I'm just saying sometimes to find that piece of gold, you
Mhm.
gotta go through the dirt, you gotta go
Mhm.
You
and
got to
wash it
sift
off. Be
through
like, okay,
you got to sift
okay,
through it.
you look good. Because even a good man, I mean, some bad men look like a good man on the outside, but they shit on the inside.
Mm.
But sometimes a really good man might not be the prettiest, the cutest, the sweetest
Mhm.
looking man, but
Mhm.
they take talk sweet, they treat you good, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
See,
But sometimes you just gotta dig a little bit, either through the dirt or through the trash, and be like, "Oh, wait a minute," and just
In
kind
other
of like
words,
brush
Patsy,
something that.
looks matter.
that's not what she said. She said sometimes you can find a good man. So the outer it's don't judge, basically don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's basically what she's telling me.
Because your exterior can
No,
look
I was
good.
getting from her analogy. You could look like trash and you could be golden in the inside. Same thing by
That's what
not
I'm
judging a
saying.
book by the cover.
Gregory, that's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You gotta look what's on the inside, right? You can have a piece of gold that has a bunch of dirt in it, right? Around on the outside. You know how like you ever watch like
Go rush, go
Gold
rush.
Rush. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They dig out through that dirt, right? Just to find some gold. But you gotta wash all that dirt and
That
all the rocks and whatever's around that gold just to actually find that gold.
Hmm. All
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
Tanya, you want to chime in on
That's
this?
right.
Well, my input on this is that I've had been in some relationships that on the outside they hit all the buttons, tip the check marks of what society says a good man is,
Mm-hmm.
but their spirit was rotten as hell.
Mm.
And then on the flip side of that, I married. Let me just go there. I married someone who society says is not a good man. You know, is a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But his spirit was everything.
Yes,
So
society
so
should not get
so
to.
so going on somewhat of analogy of what Patsy said, my analogy is that, you know, I found a piece of coal, but I had to go through the pressures of life and relationship again and know someone and uncover the diamond.
There you
Yep,
go.
it's a
Pressure
diamond.
makes
No
pressure
pun
makes
intended.
diamonds.
No pun intended.
he processed the
Diamond,
dime. He
diamond in the
processed
rough.
that piece of rock into a diamond.
Listen, she said it. Listen, no pun intended.
Right.
Diamond in the rough. You find that in
Yes.
emporiumplus.org.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Do we got any more ladies that want to give you their point of view about men, ancient men being lacking loyalty, being liars and lazy? All right, no ladies. All right, let's go to the gentleman. So, Gregory, how you felt about that video? Do you feel like that man hit some points because he not only talked about the men, he talked about the women and their
Uh-huh.
selection, their decision making.
Yeah, it's just ironic that he used those letters and those words and it just ran on as a LLL. You're taking a triple loss. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of crazy. So I understand. And I know plenty of women that been in relationships like that. The dude's a liar. He doesn't clean up in the crib. And what was the last L? I forgot what the last L was.
Lazy, lying,
Lazy.
and lack loyalty.
Oh, and if he's a liar, he's already lacking loyalty. He's lying to you. Come
Mm-hmm.
on.
Right. The
Mm-hmm.
loyalty's out the door once you tell the fucking lie.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something about what Gregory said about manifestation?
Mm-hmm.
That there is some truth to that because, and it has to do with how we feel our self-worth is.
Mm-hmm.
The vibrations that we put out there about ourselves is what attract what attract.
Hmm.
You get
And
what I'm
then
trying
the
to say?
What
manifestation
she's
part,
bottom
when
line
you putting it
saying
out
is
there to the
this is
universe
why
for
they
the
get
men
the
to be
men that they
lazy in
get,
that category,
because
you
that
really
man
run
picks
into
up
that.
on their
Yeah,
vibrations.
they
They
the homing
attracted.
device.
They
They home in
attracting a
on it.
no good individual.
Mm, mm.
Because
I just told you,
the
stop
no
looking in the
good
trash.
individuals, the no good individuals is looking for someone that they can manipulate and take
Yeah,
advantage of.
and sometimes it's where you meet these people at. I always tell women, you go to the bar, you're having drinks, you bring back the bar man. You go in the club, you having drinks and dancing, you bring back the club man. You go in the alley, someone said, "Oh, baby, we whistle to you." You bring back a alley man. It's wherever you meet the man at. That's almost the type of man you bring home or you're gonna be with.
So if you meet him in the streets, that's what you
You
get.
got a
That's what you're
street dude.
saying.
Yes, I'm trying to tell you. You go up in the doctor's office, a lawyer's office, the firehouse or whatever, some important place where they're doing good at. That's what type of individual you're gonna be dealing with.
Yeah.
You
But
already know
let
what
me
they're
tell
doing.
you, let me tell you how that analogy don't always work. Because you can go to the church.
I
But
didn't put the church in there. You
but
know
I'm
why I
saying,
didn't put the church in
but
there?
this is what I'm saying. You can go to church where you think you're gonna find a good man, but you got to remember that those people that are in the church are in there to
That's why
try
I
to
didn't put
get their
that.
life together. So you ain't gonna find, you ain't always
You
gonna
got a
find
lot of
right.
That's
you
Tony,
got a
but
lot
that's
of
why I didn't
sheep
put
and
the
wolves.
church in there.
You got a
And
lot of wolves
and
in the church that
there's
are in sheep's clothing.
Yeah,
two sides
exactly.
to
That's
that.
Let
my
me
thought on that too.
There's two
remove
sides to
the
that. Your man
environmental
that
mentality on Raw real quick. If you go back to hunters and gatherers now, as a gatherer, you're a woman, right? You're looking for the type of hunter you want. These people are doing their moves calculative because they know what type of prey that they're looking for, even when it comes to women too. So if
that's
they're in
why
a
you
club
said the
and they're
word.
the type of club person looking for this person, they already know what they're looking for
You
in the
said the
club.
word calculation. So a woman can get a dude not in the church, not nowhere, met him in a decent spot or not a decent spot. Even if she met him in a bad spot, she thinking she bringing him to church, she cleaning him up. This dude's going along with his game. He got game from the very start. You thinking you clean him up and he's going to church because he want to go to church, he's going to church because you want him to go to church. Is he going to be that clean church going person for years to come? No, because that's something that you introduced him to.
But that's not to say that he can't find a better life and find a better way through faith. Now let's be clear about this too, ladies. When Rob is saying going to the doctors and lawyers office stuff, he's not talking about the guy that's in there to get a shot for an STD. He's talking about probably a doctor or somebody that's working
And
with
a lawyer and a firefighter
and he's
and a
Trying
not
to
judge.
touch
talking
on
about
some
the
legs, huh?
person that this
Oh no, they squares. Those are squares.
well
They
those
can't.
are
They're not rough and rugged and
Or
on
That's
maybe
these
why
he's
they
streets.
never been
that's
You
why
in
they
know,
that
get what
position.
they
Why
get.
he got that
where
type of position and
that's
authority
why
to feel like he can
I
talk to
agree
women.
with
That's a true thing in
the
life.
video because he is right. The women are looking for bad boys, these drug dealers, these entertainers, so to say, whatever they into, right? They
Pill
call them bad.
poppers.
Yes, the party scene, the nightlife shit,
Yes, that's what
right?
I'm telling you.
Okay, that's what those women are looking for. The men looking for that bad chick, the bitch that got, she's bad. I mean, bad face. They don't, her face might not be bad, but her body is bad. That's all they looking at. They ain't looking at the face. They looking at, damn, she got an ass on her. Her titties are big as shit. You know, she got an hour shaped body. God damn. You know, shit like that. So that's what he's talking about. If
well
you
when
if
when
Yeah,
you can
alluding back to the fact of what I said earlier, looks matter sometimes. Looks
you
and
can
Uncle
get
B, Gina
someone
joined us
like
again.
Patsy said, you can get a ugly chick that is really into you and that's willing to do anything and everything to you know for you. that that type of chick they don't want. They
Okay, hold on.
because they feel like she's a pushover. She do anything I tell her to do.
Hold on 1 second, Timmy. Let me bring Gina into Gina. Welcome, welcome.
Hi,
So
What's going on, Gina?
let's get
what's
your
going
view.
on?
So how do you what do you think makes up an ain't shit man, and how you feel about them saying that most ain't shit men are these are some prerequisites where they lack loyalty, they're liars, and they're lazy. How do you feel about that?
How do feel about? I mean, I think someone that ain't shit, a man that ain't shit. Um, it could be the way he was brought up. It could be the way he just he just doesn't have it in him to be a protector and provider. And yes, okay, hold on, I'm on the phone. Okay, um, it could be a lot of things that make somebody. I mean, there's women too that fall in that category. So I
Mhm.
just think it depends on the person and their morals, their standards, and how they carry themselves, and who also, raised them.
So can I ask you this? Do you think that label ain't shit man, do you think that is like something that is geared towards a certain age or a demographic pertaining, consisting of, let's say, age, race, and social status?
Absolutely not. That's
So so
it
so
could be anybody.
so it
That's right.
doesn't discriminate.
No, it doesn't discriminate. Not even gender. So
Mm.
yeah, and that
Yeah,
that can go all
that is
ways
definitely
around.
true.
Yep, that word is unisex.
Mm.
Okay, so all right, Robert, I didn't get your views about the video. How you feel about what he was saying about, so he said that
I pretty much know he said he was answering what they said, um why a man ain't shit. And he came back towards the women with, you know, everything they said about a man, he compared it to how a woman could act the same way. So he said a man is lazy. You said man ain't shit because he's lazy. But you got to remember, these are the gender that's calling you are no good man because you're lazy is the same gender that want a rich man so they can sit on their ass at home and don't have to work.
and stay right there, stay right there, because about a month ago when I was doing research for another one of our topics, I came across a woman, let me just call her Lisa Ray, the actor Lisa Ray.
Uh-huh.
She was saying that despite her wealth and her acclaim, she requires a man that is going to take care of her. He has to be able to take care of her. But it also implies that a man that can't do that is lacking like work ethic. He's lazy if he doesn't acquire the level of wealth. So when you say that most women are out there looking for men that are rich so that they don't have to do anything, again, um that same man that is comes equipped with those riches, that wealth, he could still have an ain't shit attitude, because there's a lot of things he ain't gonna give you. Like, he ain't gonna give you stability if he chooses not to. He ain't gonna give you his
And
money if he chooses not to. He ain't
she's
gonna give you
only
loyalty if he chooses not to. And he ain't gonna give you truth if he chooses not to. So
and the
And he'll
reason
take all
why
your money.
if he chooses
and
to.
The
And the
reason why,
key point is choosing to whether or not he's going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
the
choice.
reason why
now,
Lisa
hold
Ray
on.
is
One
saying
at a
what
time.
she's saying, the reason why she's saying what she's saying, because she was married to someone like that didn't give a shit about her. He wasn't loyal. He did all the nice things to get her, but then she married him, and then what happened? Things went flip on side upside down, and he was doing things that she didn't have any knowledge
Why
of,
why is it
and
so
then
hard for most men to believe that some women are built a certain way? Okay. So Lisa Ray, she is a woman that has been in the industry. She has, made a name for herself. She is a put together woman. She dresses nice, she looks nice, she takes care of herself. So why is it wrong for her to expect the man that she calls her husband or significant other is to do certain things, to to be put on this certain pedestal? Why is that wrong? Why is chicks always people so quick to call chicks gold diggers? Oh, she don't lazy, she don't want to work, she don't want to do that. But y'all men are protector and providers.
But
Exactly. So that's what we're expecting. It's not to say like how I go get my nails done, I get my hair cut every now and again, that
No,
I
but
cannot do this stuff by myself.
why?
there's
Because
But
actually
it's like,
some
society
men
says
there's
head of the
actually some
say
men
household.
like,
who don't want their women to work. There's actually some men out here that don't want their women to
You
work.
know
That
why? That way they can control them. They can tell them
No, no,
when they
no.
can spend
Some
money and all that.
in some aspects probably, but not all men think like that. There's some men that actually say, "Okay, I know a married they're older married couple. They've been married for over 30 years. His woman was working, but once he got to a place in his life where his wife did not have to work, she does not work because she doesn't have to. He
so
pays the bills. He does. She obviously takes she if takes care of the house, cooks. Gets with the house and make sure her man is fed. Her kids are grown or
Now,
whatever.
cuz
So
that is an example of a success story. If you
yeah, it
listen to
is.
Kevin Samuels, for some reason, the women don't want to start like that. They don't want to be working nowadays. They want the men to already have it.
But
But
you
we're
get
coming
you
from a
you ever heard that
society
saying?
where
You
men
get
are
her,
really
you
broken
lose her
on.
how you get her or you keep her or
and
something like that.
the way you get her is the way you lose her.
Exactly. So if you going, there's men out here that live above their means. There's men out here that want to attract a chick with that has that certain lifestyle. Like, oh yeah, I'm about money, I'm about money. But once you get her and you can't sustain that, oh, she's a gold digger. All she wants is money. But you was splashing money at her to get her.
But hold
And
on,
you're mad.
but hold on, stay right there because let's go back to what we talking about because
You had me stay right here for a minute.
I'm coming back to you.
I'm sorry.
Let's go back to what Robert was saying. Go ahead, Robert.
Now, I was explaining to you that because remember, this is supposed to be a ain't shit person, a ain't shit dude. So he said clearly, women want a rich man so they can stay home. And he compared it to the man staying home being lazy. Now the woman wants a rich man so she can stay home. He compared that to being lazy, her being lazy. I'm gonna
And
tell
they
you.
doing no housework.
Listen. If all she wanted was a rich man so she can stay home, the rich man don't gotta do nothing but spend his money. He don't have to explain where he's at, what he's doing, how he's doing it, and why he's doing it. Long as he paid those bills and dropped that money in her pocket, he's able to do whatever he wants because all she wanted was his money.
That's an
That's
open
the
marriage.
so
That's
that
an
was my
open
point.
marriage.
that was my point of bringing up Lisa Ray. So go back to what you were saying, Gina, about how come women get such a bad name when they want a man to take care of them and stuff like that. My point was Lisa Ray is a woman of great wealth and means, and she's still saying what all the other women are saying around her. She can do all those things on her own. So when you turn around and you get women, not Lisa Ray, but other women of similar wealth and status, and say, if a man can't do those things for her, take care of her, pay her bills, pay her mortgage, take her on expensive trips, pay for expensive gifts and stuff, he ain't shit. No, I think.
Oh, no, that's not somebody that's not.
Yeah, I think that individual's thinking is flawed, and
Right.
that doesn't make up an ain't shit man. And I think that a lot of times people use these terms out of context. I mean, now let's call it for what it is. Yeah, there are a lot of people that rightfully deserve those titles. I mean, because I gave you a perfect example. If you're getting up every single day and you have a significant other, right? And when you come home, so I'm gonna tell you this because one of my female friends that said this brought this to my attention. If I go to work every single day, and when I come home, you're already in the house. You've been there. And now you're talking what's for dinner. It's how does that conversation go? So if he's been home all day, right? And let's just say,
It's an inconsiderate conversation.
Let's say for case and purpose that this individual does not work. So he's home all day. She's working. She comes
don't know
home.
how to cook. That's why he ain't cooked dinner.
He doesn't. There's nothing made for her. So is that ain't shit criteria?
Yeah.
He don't know how to cook. That's why dinner ain't ready.
But that's no excuse. That's no excuse because see, you don't always have to
you want him to burn the damn house down?
No, that's no excuse because if you're home all day, you can learn to do certain things.
Go flip a couple packs. Go get something to eat.
Listen, listen. There's no excuse for that. If you got a phone and you got internet, there's food in that house. Google, turn on a YouTube video. I got some steak over here. I want to make a steak dinner.
But the thing is, so
he ain't too
telling me this girl got this far, right? And you don't know if she know how to cook. That's your fault.
No. You mean that man?
He ain't too bright.
The man.
So you said if the man was home and she came, okay,
let me be clear about this. Let me give you the scenario again. The woman is working. He does not work. He does not want to work. When she comes home, he's asking her what's for dinner.
He's lazy.
Yeah, because he don't know how to cook.
There you go. You said it. He's a bum.
He's a bum.
And he don't know how to cook.
He's straight lazy. He's
like
taking advantage
go
of
flip
her.
A couple of packs, get something to eat.
He can't cook and he can't read. So
no, he can do all that.
He don't look at the food cook. He don't know how to read
listen, he can do all that. He chooses not to.
That's what I believe too, Robbie. You got that.
When you have a lady that's gonna come.
I kind of had a situation like that one time. Because let me tell you, like one time my sister had like hurt her foot a while ago. After I first moved here. And so I was over there helping her out, right? Doing a little bit of food shopping or whatever, and came back. And of course, at the time, she was walking really slow because her foot was hurting and stuff, right? And my ex that was staying here with me, he kept calling me and blowing my phone up, like, what's for dinner? And then he had the nerve at one point say, oh, never mind, I made some hot dogs, blah, 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 right? I get home. And you know himself Sunday, but didn't think,
and he didn't even make you a hot dog.
He didn't make you no
Exactly, you
hot
made
dog.
some hot dogs for yourself, but you didn't say think like, okay, well, I'll fix her some hot dogs so when she get home, she'll have something to eat. I didn't have shit to fucking eat. I'm like, oh, you made hot dogs for yourself, but you couldn't make me something to eat, knowing I was trying to help my sister out doing what she needed to do.
Did they
It's
Oh,
start
like, well,
no.
you know, and this is some fucked up shit, right? Because what his response was, well, you need to tell your sister and your brother that you got a man. Like, in other words, he should be more important than my sister and my
Yeah,
brother, and
Right.
I should be
That
taking care of
sounds
him instead of taking
very
care of them.
swingish.
That's what he was
that's a
saying for
self
sure.
that see
That
that's
right there ain't shit, man. Either when
that
they
is
try
a
to
shit
twist your
man.
film, make it look like you should be taking care of them more than they should be. You should be taking care of your family as well. You know,
he
That's what
that
he
if
wanted
Mm-hmm.
to put
my
shout
sister
there.
and brother need help, I'm going to help them.
He
see
jealous
that
of
was
y'all's relationship. He
that,
don't have that with his family.
that
He
was
That's
said
the
another
people
he
that
was
don't
trying to
have that.
conquer and divide.
that was
Yeah.
another
Because they
identifying
don't have that in their family. That's when they do that.
that was another identifying character. He chose
Yeah,
you right there.
and but see,
Selfishness.
it's like to me, I'm like
Listen,
he
Patrick,
kind of burned his
he
bridges
ain't
with
never
his
gonna
family.
be shit. And when he get to feeling good, you ain't.
You know, so it's like manipulation and want to twist up shit. And I'm
Yep,
like,
that's
oh
what
no,
it
your
is.
motherfucking ass need to straighten your shit out.
All right,
That's that's what it is.
we
If you let a man take care of you, then that is chances are he's gonna manipulate you where you gonna be feeling like you depended on him and you can't do nothing without him far as money wise and say he tells you some crazy nonsense like you can't go
Yeah,
nowhere.
but he feel to
You know,
realize that ain't how I was raised.
can I say something to y'all? Let me respond to what Timmy just said about when you let a man take care of you. First of all, it's not about letting him because see when you're in a relationship and if you are in a good relationship, it's balanced. You do for me, I do for you.
right,
You
right.
Like,
don't, you don't, you, I don't have to ask you permission to do right by you because that's what I should go into the relationship looking to do right away. That's a prerequisite for any woman that's looking for a good man. If that man is not already does not already have that mindset, then you're going to fail from the beginning. You're not gonna go far. So if that man is trying to control you and within the midst of controlling you, he's not allowing you to grow on your own or grow with him, you're gonna grow apart quickly.
yeah,
It's not gonna work.
and
Especially if
that's
he's in
why
your
he
house
is
eating your
my
last
ex.
pack of hot dogs.
Yeah, and let me just talk about the hot dog, right? So again, this individual calls you and says, "What's for dinner?" That was simply because he was trying to disrupt what you was doing. It had nothing to do with
Right.
that. And
Exactly.
the fact that
Yeah, I know this is like, dude. Like, I'll get it done when I get home. And he decided to fix something when I was still out with my sister. It took me a long time because she was slow, and then she was waiting on somebody when I got there to do something in her building. And then when they were done with that, me and her went off, you know, and walking slow in the store and everything. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know.
yeah, you don't have
You
to
know,
explain that. You don't have to explain that away. That individual is a selfish individual, so
exactly.
Yeah,
that is
he's
That's
definitely
all.
he is shit.
definitely
He's a piece of shit.
that's right. Gregory,
Exactly.
go to the next video, Gregory. Let's get some more video support. Guys, mute your phones.
Zoom meeting. Like, there's plenty of women out here dating ain't shit dudes. Like, these women do not care if the last woman he was with experienced all of these negative things with him. These women do not care. I can actually use my son's father as an example. When my son's father started dating a woman recently, I think it was about a year or so ago, she proceeded to reach out to me and harass the absolute fuck out of me, pissing on trees and shit, being territorial, right? And I had to remind her, like, honey, I have not seen him in 5 years. I don't know what he's doing. I don't care who he's with. But what my concern is with you, sweetheart, is that you will sit here and be with a dude that you know doesn't take care of his kid. I mean, what, he's paying $269 or $4 a month in child support, but he's never met our son. And you're calling me to let me know that he's your man now? There's plenty of women out here dating.
Participant left paren 7 right paren.
Damn, that's it. That's all he gotta pay a month.
So wait, stop right there. Let me just say this to you guys.
How
Because
much we
I want to make sure I get the ladies' point of view first. So just so we clear about what this woman's saying, she's putting emphasis on the fact that this woman is choosing to deal with a man that does not have a relationship with his child, right?
Well, she
She's
don't care.
calling this lady to mark her territory to let you know this man is no longer an option for you. I have him. He's not going to be accessible to you. He's mine. This is my jewel. I will now sport him, not you. He is not accessible to you. All right. So let me ask you,
She's
ladies.
barking up the wrong damn tree because it ain't her.
First of all,
It's
let
the
me
other
say,
chick.
nobody in life goes harder than the other female or the new female in a deadbeat man's life. No, there's nobody in this world that will ride out so hard because she's stigmatized. You know, she's stigmatized. So even this man could be sitting up here stigmatizing her and feeding her all this. Oh yeah, she crazy, she won't let me
Yep.
see my baby, she this, she that, she that. And the girl, she just so in love and she just so
Yep.
dumb, she
Oh,
not
baby, don't worry.
understanding.
I'm going to ride for you.
She gonna ride.
That
Oh
bitch
yeah,
get
you
out of
right,
line.
you
I'm
right. Oh,
riding
she's
on that
wrong,
bitch.
she's wrong. It's just, I find it hilarious. I'm sorry, I find it so funny because, like, they be going really hard. They be until they find out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it might take them a long time. I know that's off topic, but I just
No,
find
no,
that.
no. That is right on topic
It ain't
because
on topic.
that's right on topic because she is choosing to basically she wants to make this guy a trophy.
Yeah, but you
This is
can have him though. I don't want him. But that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of
Exactly.
females. That's a lot of females that get in these
She
men's
might be
lives.
upset that
That's not in their child's life. So they feel like, obviously, he's a good man to me for now. So he has to be telling the truth about, his child's mother, because I clearly see that he's doing for me. So obviously he's gonna do for her. But in 90%, 98 or 99.9% of the cases, that's absolutely wrong.
so let me ask you this, Tanya. Let me represent the question. Tanya, you still with us?
Yep.
Okay, so in that situation, in that video, would you say the other woman, her baby's daddy's new woman, is an enabler of ain't shit behavior?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
So how do you feel about women that enable that type of behavior?
I mean, how can I say this? I mean, the fact that it's a sign of your character that you're dealing with someone who doesn't even take the time to try to get to know the child that he's already. You ain't the thing with these men is that when you ain't dealing with the mama, you don't deal with the child, and that is wrong. That's
Yep.
behavior right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And it's just really, really sad.
Hold on, Timmy.
And then you get the next woman to come along that sees that he is not dealing with his child. What if you have a kid with him, what makes you think he's not going to do the same thing to you?
Thank you.
Yes.
And then it goes back to me judging you. What are your qualities of being a woman or a mom?
Exactly.
you ain't looking at what he's doing wrong, and you're not bothered by it, something's wrong with you too.
Dick is a powerful thing.
But
I'm
you know
sorry.
what? At the same
Yep.
time, if she's like, you know what, it ain't even worth the time or effort to fight for this man and be in my child's life. If you want to be an asshole about this and not, yeah, just give me child support, well, you know what? F you too. Like, I will find me better.
Let me
Ain't
say,
I could
ain't
do better
shit.
by myself.
I was
Ain't
let
gonna
me,
shit.
stick up for this man because I know how it feels to be on the other side of the spectrum
Oh shoot,
uh, with a woman that really doesn't want you to see your kid. That guy right there is making it hard for men that want to see their kids because he is just a bad person. You get what I'm saying? Because he has a new girl, and he might have even told the new girl, I don't mess with my baby's mother.
Right.
$5 years.
And
She's
she's still
crazy.
going
She's
back to
this.
this girl. It's so bad that you went back to this girl so bad, and
Pillow
now she's
talking.
that making a whole blog about you. So
Pillow
mm-hmm.
pillow talking.
it's
That's
no
what they do.
question that he's just doing the same thing that he was doing before he had his baby.
Let me say this. Can we do a public announcement? So here on the Still a Man show, we do not condone that type of behavior. Let me just say this to all you men out there that have children and you're paying child support and you are not a part of your child's life. You need to stop what you're doing right now and do something different. And the thing that you need to do different is you need to become an invested, interested party in your child's life, because if you are going to be paying that money, it costs you absolutely nothing to spend time with your child. Stop doing that, guys. You're throwing
But
money at the problem. It's not going to make it better. It's just going to
yeah,
make
but
it
I'm about to
worse.
tell you, and some of their problems is this
And
too.
then he's only getting got for 200 something. He
But it
better go.
doesn't matter.
He better
He's
go see
paying.
that
That
He's
kid.
he's paying something.
Let
Let's
me
not focus on the price. Let's not
let me
focus
tell
on
you
the
right.
let me
He
price.
paying
let me tell
something.
you what the additional problem is with some of them. You're paying child support already. Now you're saying like, damn, if I go pick this little nigga up or this fucking
Your
whatever he
child.
calling his daughter, mini me mommy or something, because he don't like the mother, so you can imagine what he's calling the daughter. I go pick
Mm.
her up. I got to spend more money on this goddamn kid. I just gave the mother child support. See, they cheap.
But see, but that's the problem with men that have that mentality,
And they
because
cheap.
then, oh yeah, well I pay child support. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta and then I gotta spend time with them, and then I gotta spend money on them when I spend time
Uh-huh.
with them, but not knowing that the mother has to spend all her money, okay, all of her money
Where's the child
on that
support?
child, and then if you pay your child support, then that's when your money will come in and maybe I can do something for myself. Okay, so like and ain't shit
And the government
number
take a little piece off.
ain't shit is when you refuse to see your child because you're on child support. You refuse to see your child because you're arguing with the mom and you don't like what the mom's doing, and she got a new life and she got a new man and she got things going for herself. So you're bitter because she won't fuck you. Excuse me.
No,
You
no.
said
That's
it
Say
what
right.
it
it.
is.
You
Say it
said it
right.
right.
She
You
won't.
Say it
said
right.
it.
You're bitter because she won't fuck you no more, and that like all that. Nothing in your life is ever gonna go right if
Yeah.
you don't take care of home and you don't take care of the offspring that you brought into this world. Nothing in your life will ever go right for you. It's not going. It's not going to happen. You might have a little, a sprinkle of things, but nothing is going to go your way.
It's not
In the
gonna be
eyes
long
of
term
God, this is in the
lasting.
Bible. If a man brings in a child and he don't take care of, God frowns upon you. It's in the Bible. I don't know what verse, but it is.
You don't need to know it
Say,
verse. As long as you know it's in the Bible, you know that it's wrong. You know
yeah,
that this person is failing in great ways. That's that you acknowledge that ain't shit mentality, and that's what we talking about tonight. And that behavior that man is guilty of, or that he's
Also,
allegedly guilty of, that is truly unacceptable. Again,
also,
there's ancient grandparents too. Ancient
I think
grandparents,
also
parents that don't
too.
that's
want to
where
be
it
around
comes
their
from.
grandchildren's lives.
Go
I
ahead, Tim.
think also too. You have to give credit to the fathers who do the right thing. And every time I see a father with his kids, or a young dude pushing the baby carriage, I give them their props, because
Absolutely.
it's a stigma that we don't take care, men don't take care of their kids. And I like to see that there are some men that, change that damn narrative of that's not true. It's some of us that don't, but there's a lot more of us
I
that
see a
do.
lot of them taking. I see a lot of men taking care of their kids. I see a lot of married men that's not married, taking care of their kids. There is a lot of men that take care, and I commend. Every time I see it, I say I don't give you a badge, because that's what you're supposed to do. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, when you
No,
do
just
it,
acknowledge
And
it,
it's
yeah,
like
just
it's really commendable to see a man
just
like
like
either dropping
if
off
we
the kids
say
or
you're
picking
a
them up
great
from
mom,
school. Yeah.
right.
Or
I
just
even
like
want
if
if
to
we
the
play.
say to
parents.
Let me
y'all,
ask this question real
it's
quick,
just like if
devil's
we say
advocate,
to a
Hold
because
on,
woman,
I
Timmy.
want to get
you're a
out
Hold
of
on,
the
great
G.
poor
Hold
mom.
on,
people
hold on, hold on.
situation.
Hold on.
There's
Y'all
plenty
can't
of
talk at the
men,
same
right?
time. Gregory, hold on. Let Timmy finish saying what he's saying, then Gregory, you ask your question, because I want to make sure your question is heard. Timmy, go on and finish saying what you were saying.
I was saying it's just like the same thing. If you tell your child's mother you're a great mom, that's what if you let each other, women and men, the fathers and mothers, if you let each other know with you how great you're doing, and you ain't trying to knock them down. You're picking them up by letting them know that they doing something good and they doing great things, and you respect that. That's what needs more of. But it's more of you ain't shit, and let's see how who can be the harshest on breaking the other one down.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gregory. Go ahead, Gregory.
I said I wanted to get out of the poor spectrum of it, and let's talk about the other scale of it, because there's like Gina was saying about the Bible, you have your kings that probably went away and they wasn't even there to raise their kids, but they had servants and all that stuff. And the kid probably really missed their dad or whatever was
Mm-hmm.
going on. And they never was there to raise these kids. Or they probably
No,
never even made it back to see their kids. And then you
they
got
probably didn't
veterans,
even
like army
interact with
veterans nowadays that's like that. And then you got people that work businesses like CEO heads that don't see their kids because they're at work all the time.
I dare say this. Let me say this. So for
them. They don't
all
want to
the,
be at home.
so I will say this to you, in retrospect, for all you gentlemen that choose to be absent from your child's life, and you say, I ain't doing shit for that child because I ain't with their mama. You know what's gonna happen? You gonna have you basically are you're fostering the ain't shit attitude that's going to be passed on to your child. Because if you have a son, that kid, that boy is going to grow up. If he's not given the right tutelage, if somebody doesn't break the cycle and show him something different, he too will be an ain't shit man. That's what his woman and women around him will be referring to him as. And for you ones that have daughters, they're gonna grow up hearing their mother say, your father ain't shit. All these men in
Mhm.
this world ain't shit. And they're gonna grow up and they're gonna have that mindset that all men ain't shit. So they're gonna come across an ain't shit man and they're gonna think that that is acceptable because that's how all men are. So that's all I'm saying. Y'all need to keep that in mind. Gregory, we got another video?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody mute your phone while he shows this next video, please.
8:35 p.m. 2 notifications. X. 42 minutes ago. Leading report.
Yeah, and so, speaking of older women that give bad advice, this isn't new. Like I think there's a bigger and bigger percentage of women that give bad advice. Like if you go to the 70s to the 90-year-old women, maybe it's like only 15%, but then it goes up to 20, 30, 40%, and it's 70%. And I came across a TikTok of a woman saying to always assume the worst in all men. Yeah, and so, speaking of older women that give
Participants left 7 right for it. Let's go to the ladies first, because this is geared to you guys. Tanya, you still with us?
Yep.
Okay. So how do you feel about these older women, let's say the elders, that pass on this bad advice to these to the younger generation? The women that are being brought up at their footstool, and the first would be tools or jewels or wisdom is all men ain't shit. And so that's what they pass on to them as wisdom. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad that you said elder and not old, because I am not old.
I wasn't referring to you, I was referring to your elders.
If they are passing on bad advice, they have no wisdom. They didn't learn nothing from any of the situations that they found themselves in.
Now, see, those are Jews right there. You want to elaborate?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to learn something from every situation that we're in. Learn what to do different and what not to do. So if you didn't learn anything from any of the bad relationships that you've been in, and you keep finding yourself in the same type of situation, then you learn nothing. And if you're passing on that bad advice, you're passing on advice to a younger generation of what you supposedly have for wisdom. If you're finding yourself in the same situation, you learn nothing. So you're passing on bad information, you're not passing on wisdom.
Okay, well said. Patsy, no, I'm sorry, Tanya, go
ahead.
When
you pass on wisdom, you're passing on what you learn and how you can do it different, and what's different to look for.
Okay.
Yes.
Patsy, you want to go ahead and tell us how you felt about that, what that lady said, and how elder women are giving bad advice to the younger women?
My answer is pretty similar to Tanya. If you're giving bad advice, you're pretty much going by your experience, and you really ain't you choosing to be in the same situation over and over. So that's really bad advice, and you haven't learned from it. But if you learn from it and you say, this is what I did in the past, and this is what I had to change, and stuff, it's like, then once you tell people, like, this is what I did differently, and you need to really learn a man instead of just jumping into another relationship, and weed out what's good and bad with that person. If that person has like a lot of the same personality traits and everything that you dealt with in the past, then you need to put that person in the past too, and just really take your time in learning people for who they are instead of just jumping in the bed or jumping in a relationship, and try to be more of a friend to that person than a lover right off the bat, And it's really valuable that you actually do that, and yeah.
So, all right, Gina, same question. So basically, what this woman is saying, basically, to sum up what the lady in the video is saying, the reason why women keep attracting ain't shit men is because that's what they're being taught to look for based upon the advice that's being handed down from generation to generation. This is just a perpetuation of bad advice?
Um, I don't really necessarily agree with that. I think I think you can get bad. I don't know. I just feel like you can get bad advice from any age. It doesn't, I've gotten bad advice from older aunts and younger cousins and cousins my age. Like, so I don't agree with that. But I understand why she would say that. But I don't think that's like, yeah, I don't think it's true.
Let me ask you this: do you think it's a sense of preconditioning?
Um, maybe. Maybe. And some it's a weird question because I feel like I get advice from my mom and sometimes my mom can eh, she can give I don't want to say bad advice, but different advice from her age group when it comes to dealing with like men and stuff. But then I'll talk to my grandmother and she'll give me I think she'll give me better advice in
Okay,
a way.
let me give you guys this scenario.
Well, can I say something about this past scenario that you just put out
Yes.
there? Because sometimes it's about the person who's receiving the advice on what they glean from the advice.
True.
You
Very
can
true.
get somebody good advice and they don't take it and they go and do what they think is right for them and it ends up being the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can
all
I
right.
just say something before
Yeah,
you
that's
move
what I'm
on?
about to say. Let me do one better. Let me go ahead and get the men to comment on that. Go ahead, Robbie.
All right. I got two parts to it. What happens is this: some people go in there with bad intentions. They straight up give you shitty advice because this for the elder, and I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say some of them is exactly like this. I don't care what they say. They live their life. They're like
Mm-hmm.
60, 70 years old. They could care shit less what you experience in your love life because some of them feel they're almost on their way out. So they will
Mm-hmm.
give you a handful of shit to deal with and hope you fail. Because they sometimes don't want to see you succeed and be happy. Because in their time going through relations, they dealt with the worst, some of them. And there was no recovery. And now they're at the age that they are, they figure that they are too old to be out here, whatever they call it, courting in their age or whatever, you know. And then we have the friends that could be around you. They got this piece of shit dude living with them, and they're always trying to clean them up in conversations with you, like this person is so good, God given, and all of that, and then some. You can read right in between the lines. So when people say it's how you perceive it, it definitely is. But when you got to remember, this is their dealings, this is their opinions, this is individual. It might work for them, but it's not promised to work the same way it worked for them for you. So someone could tell you, I gave you good advice and you didn't take it, you don't want to hear it and that, or you never gave it a chance because you might have tried it and it just wasn't for you. And that's where you should turn to people and say, you know what, I took you up on your advice. I went home, I tried to apply it to my relationship as an exercise. It was a failure. And I know it wasn't me or him because we both put our all into trying to see if this worked. You got to turn back to your friends and your family members and say, yeah, I tried, it didn't work. Sometimes, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be for me. It sounded like it was designed to work for you. People become complacent in life, so they get comfortable in dealing with, the individual, and they just stay stuck with that person. I'm just gonna tell you, it gets like that. But if an old person tell you all men is piece of shit and all that, some of them are deliberately telling you that because they want you to experience no good.
Mm.
Now, let me give you my third generation removed from slavery opinion. And it's a good thing that I'm giving you my opinion from that generation, anyways, because I can see a dynamic of a curve from where when we did come out of slavery, it was all about finding a strong man to take care of the family, find a strong man, this, that, and the third. And then you got hit with drugs and stuff a little bit later on, and pimps and hoes. Then you had a whole lot of women that had families and was saying, nah, I need a man with money. They was getting divorced and all this other crazy stuff around the 70s, 80s. And then you got a generation right above me that don't really care about anything but the money. So that dynamic is a real thing. Like Uncle D was saying earlier, it's a condition thing. It's really a condition thing for us to think the way that we think.
Okay. Timmy, how you feel about that? These elder women are saying to the younger generations, listen, honey, all men ain't shit. So learn to live with it, learn to love it.
Yeah, I agree with what Robert said that you got a bunch of elders that just want you to go down the same road that they went down. They want to see you fail. They don't want to see you, or they don't want you to find someone right. They want you to find the same type of person that they dealt, so you can see what they was going through. Now, there is nothing wrong. I don't think there's nothing wrong with taking advice from an elderly person that knows what they're talking about. You know, even though I mean, you can learn a lot from uh, older elderly people. They got a lot of memories and they can a lot of stories that you can learn a lot from. So and here's the thing too. You can shift through the bullshit and take what you need and store it for later. That's what you really supposed to do. Take piece of and bits and you store it and you use it when you need to.
Say less, because that's Jews in itself, what you just said. You're supposed to sift through it and take what you need and save, store it for later. That's Jews right there for you. Gregory, we got another video?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to that next video.
Zoom meeting.
Bigger and bigger percentage.
Care if the last woman he was with.
I didn't hear anything.
There are definitely a lot of men who have a few bad experiences with women and they conclude that all women are crazy. Then there are a lot of us women who have a few bad experiences with men and conclude that all men ain't shit. But what if our experiences won't change unless we do? Meaning, we stop choosing to accept and tolerate bullshit. We stop choosing to participate in the same conversation over and over again. We stop choosing to invest in people who can't meet us halfway and who don't inspire us to level up. And we stop choosing to deal with people who ain't shit, who are crazy. Yo, deadass, we'll either have a long-term stagnant relationship or we'll date the same people in different bodies because our narrative won't change unless we do. And that's real shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Participants left forensics right paren.
Now, let me start. Everybody pause for just a second. So let me tell you guys where this topic came from. And it's funny that the catalyst is not even a part of this conversation, the foundation. So back in the 90s, back in Franklin Field projects, and then later on other addresses, my sisters and my female cousins and their friends, and Tanya, you was probably present at some of these chapter meetings. There was always a weekly men ain't shit meeting. And I'm gonna say that was the Dorchester chapter of the Men Ain't Shit
Correlation.
correlation committee or whatever what you want to call it. But these young ladies used to get together and they used to talk about their dislikes and their disdain for these men that was failing greatly. These
Why?
absent.
Because they always dealing with the same type of dude. That's
Exactly.
why.
Exactly. So I find it, you know, it's like
It's like
it's good that
basketball
that
wives.
woman just said what she said when you having the same conversation, you know, basically with the same people and stuff like that. Change comes from within, like Timmy has said before. But I feel like that narration, the narrative didn't change until the people decided to change and make a change in their selection, the individuals they was dealing with and the company they was keeping, and about
Changes within themselves as well, because you got to realize what when you have to do some self-evaluating of yourself too to understand the same type of behaviors that you're doing that's attracting the same type of men.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like y'all, the women that was in attendance, they gave at that time, they gave what they felt like that their peer wanted to hear, as opposed to what they needed. Because
right.
I mean, I could have been in my mama's kitchen or our kitchen, and I could have been one of the rare encounters. I could have been making something to eat or just passing through. But I always took the pleasure of sitting down or staying close by and listening to what was being said about my brethren, about uh the men around me. So
I
that
always told them. I always told them, like I tell the young chicks today. I told them back then, hey, you keep on going after the same dudes, you keep on dealing with the same problem. It ain't changed. It's still the same cycle going around. Keep on going around in circles. That's all it's doing, the same thing.
Well,
You
I'm gonna
know,
say on the
because
contrary.
they keep on choosing the same type of dudes that they say
Yep.
ain't shit.
Go ahead, Gregory.
It's many changes in there that you ain't noticing because it's the things that they consider larger than life that actually affect the environment around it. Because look at Greece. You had all these people that wanted to be bad boys wearing leather jackets, combing their hair now. You get what I'm saying? And then you had a gangster rap era where it's like to be that way because this is what is larger than life right now. You get what I'm saying? And it always changes 10 years down the line. There's
But
always
when did
something new that makes people being, I want that type of person. I want that type of person.
but when does it get to a point where you guys, meaning the ladies, I'm talking to you ladies, where it's like, okay, I'm sick of you crying about the same thing. You know Ray Ray ain't shit. We know Ray Ray ain't shit. And how much
Why the
longer are
hell you don't
you gonna
know?
deal with it? Because
When you
again,
gonna realize?
you ain't gonna have shit if you continue to deal with this person that had that you believe ain't shit. So y'all collectively y'all got an ain't shit mentality. Gina, how you feel about
But
that?
he has
Um,
potential. I see the
keep going.
potential in him.
Yeah, Gina ain't
Listen,
with us no more, big
listen,
dog.
listen. What happens is that woman keep telling herself, "I can
I
change him.
see the
I
I
can
see the
change him. I see
potential.
the
Yep,
good in him.
in
He's
him.
gonna
Yep,
get
all
better
that.
one day. I can
And can I
mold
say
him."
this? And that's because they repackaged it, Uncle D. It's
Let,
not that they don't see it. They just dressed it up and made it look a little bit different. Like a
listen,
couple years ago, it was a
when you
light skinned men are in thing, and now it's light skinned men ain't shit because there's a lot of
Yep.
stuff going on. They always repackage it for you and make it. They give you a bad boy, and they're gonna like the bad boy. It's just the way that society works.
So going back to why that woman stays with that man once again, because that's what I was answering. How this woman stays complacent once again. She's hoping for one day he's gonna break through and blossom. But don't you know? They always say they are clothed in many layers. You can take off a piece of this wool
Like
today.
an onion.
Yes, yes, it just peels back in many layers. And every time you thought you got something good, they really covering up what is really evil in them. So you ain't gonna never be able to expose the evil and be rid of it all. That evil, wickedness, control, manipulation, user, or liar, and all that is still in that vessel. It ain't going nowhere.
Mm.
It's just hidden. It's disguised. You got it disguised now.
Patsy, you wanna speak on that? How do you feel about, the perpetuation? I mean, the continuation, they just continue. Again, the definition of
Well, it's like
insanity is
you gotta change how you approach um finding a good meal. It's like when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting treated badly, dealing with uh a man that ain't shit. It's like, cause like with me, it's like a lot of times it's like I would leave a relationship and then within days or months, a month or so, I was back in another relationship, and I was dealing with the same type of scenario or similar scenario. And so like that's why like this last year or so when I ended up um when my relationship had broken up with my ex, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with people like with guys as a friend with benefits situation. And I just kind of like was like trying to feel myself out, so I'm not like really finding an attachment. So it's like I had to change my perspective and kind of like, so like I'm not just trying to find a guy that was always the same, even though like the different guys I did see, was kind of like similar, so I had to weed them out. And finally, like I have found like someone that like that's kind of like right now is just like a person that's like a love interest. So he's pretty cool, and we just kind of taking it slow and trying to see where we go. So and he's a sweetheart. He has like 3 grown kids, and his youngest is in college, and he works hard and takes care of his kids and stuff, and paying off college tuition and stuff like that. It's like I just want to see how things go with me and him, and he's not the atypical guy that I've dealt with in the past.
okay. Hold on 1 second, Gregory. Do we got any more videos?
I got the last video for y'all. Take y'all about.
All right, let's get the last video, and then we're gonna get everybody's final advice.
Zoom meeting.
Ladies, you got to start taking some responsibility for your own miserable life. If you over 25 years old, you still walking around here talking about niggas ain't shit, bitch, you need to grow the fuck up with your irresponsible ass. What you meant to say was all the niggas you fuck with ain't shit.
You ain't shit, right?
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna basically I'm gonna contradict myself, because unless you got no, I won't. I'm gonna let you guys get your last say. Patsy, do you got any advice how to break this cycle of dealing with these ain't shit men and perpetuating these ain't shit theories and
Well, you know what he had just said is what I just said a couple of minutes ago before Gregory shared this video. It's like you have to change your attitude and how you behave. If you're and if you got to change up a little bit just to kind of like pull yourself back and away from dealing with somebody and deal with them and like as a friend or a friend with benefits and kind of like ride it through like you 20 and just kind of like until you kind of like hit that one person that kind of like stick out that's not really your atypical type of person that you have actually dealt with that doesn't seem like they falling into that category of an ancient man. And play it out and say like, okay, I really like you, but let's see how we kind of mesh together and and just kind of like talk with them and whether it's through video chat, texting each other all the time or whatever it is that how y'all are doing until y'all learn each other better.
Okay, well
that's
said.
The key thing is learning each other and talking to each other and see how they treat their family, how they talk to you and treat you. It's a whole, and if their game and their talk is a whole lot different than all the dumbasses that you dealt with, then stick with this person, but see how they talk and act. And if their actions are different than what you've dealt with, then okay, like just kind of like ride that person out and see how they do.
Okay, well said. Tanya, what's your last words for this evening?
My last words is when you learn your worth and know who you are and know what you deserve, you send out those vibrations of that's what you want, that's what you'll receive. Lead by the spirit, know a person's spirit and not their flesh.
Well said. Well said. Jules. I'm loving the advice you ladies are putting down tonight. Y'all have given great advice. I'm loving it. I'm glad. I appreciate y'all's participation greatly. Timmy, what's your final words?
I think Kat summed it up very well. And yeah, just beware and first and foremost, work on yourself. Get yourself in mind right first, and then you can deal with others. Because if your mind ain't right, then how can it be right for a relationship?
Great. You know what? And again, I want to commend you for the jewels that you departed tonight. Again, you guys all dropping jewels, great wisdom. Gregory, what you got to say to the people?
I think everybody should stop being followers and stop doing what y'all think is hot for the now, and then we can all really move forward as a society. Everybody stop faking the funk. Stop trying to be what they want you to be. Be all that you can be.
I second that. Here. All right.
Yeah.
Again, great wisdom tonight. All right, Mr. Clearwater, you got some departing words for the people? Mr. Clearwater?
Name after a goddamn liquor. Ever so clear.
Well, I guess he's gonna do what he always does. He's gonna wait for me to start talking, and then he's gonna cut me off. One more time, Mr. Clearwater.
I'm definitely here.
All right. let's
I'm
say
gonna say it like this: you want quality, long-lasting love out of your man or your woman. First, you gotta pick them up in all the right places, meaning you gotta meet them in the right spot. Not only meet them in the right spot, you gotta get to know their brain. That meaning get to know how they think, act, and then you gotta talk to their family members. Hear the stories from their family members. What this guy is like or how he's been. Talk to their friends. Ask their friends the same questions. This is all before you start getting real serious with this individual. Because I always say, they say men ain't shit. The worst type of shit you could find is laying outside on your ground. What is attracted to shit? The dirtiest fly in the world. So if men ain't shit, obviously the woman must be the stinky, dirty ass fly that is attracted to that dookie.
okay.
In all actuality, it's all the same thing. Flies, maggots, shit. It's all a cycle.
Okay. So let me give you the final words. All right, again, I'm gonna stop this like we started it. So I'm gonna end this like I started it. So the title is, I often hear women say that all men ain't shit. The answer to that is perhaps it's just the men that you're choosing to deal with. This has been the Still a Man podcast. Thank you for a great year. We will see you guys the second week of January. Happy holidays.
January 9th.
Merry Christmas. Happy New
January
Year's.
9th.
Good night.